Turn on the torch, light up the flame. Time to melt some glass, my friend. There you are. Here I am to create, to teach, and to explain. No. Did that backwards. The last part. To explain, to teach, and create again. Welcome to my melting memories. They're melting. Ah, we're melting. If you don't know where that's from, you need to watch The Wizard of Oz, the original. Anyway, with you. Somewhere over. That's so much from my falsetto. Looking at my list here and figuring out something to do at the moment. Dichro turtle, why not? Just so happens I have some dichro sitting here. Just did a dichro cross using another camera, and it seems to be skipping. I might still upload that one, and I might have to re-upload it, but it's freezing and skipping, and that's not a good thing. So I'm going to have to work on that. It was doing so well until I upgraded to Windows 10 on that phone. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I don't know if that's scary or what. Anyway, let's get right on to this turtle, and I will see about zooming in a little bit. This one I am going to put the lens on. The last one I did not, but I will see what the difference is. When you're doing dichro, that's one of the things I can tell you is shiny side up, the film side up, when you're encasing it the way I do, okay? And there's something I will make into a quick frog in a little while, very quick. In fact, maybe at the end of this video. It's one thing when I end up cleaning up my bench and stuff, I find pieces like this, which is nothing but some just dichro strips and also other chunks and glass rods, and I say, oh, I can use that for that, and oh, I can make that into that, and oh, that's one of my biggest dilemmas, is that I don't want to throw anything away because I know I can make something of it. I don't know if that's good, bad, or indifferent, but that's the way I work things. Now, back to the glass. Take my glasses off, put these suckers on, and light up some flame. So, what do you think of the name Melting Memories? Melting Memories with Lucian Libby. Melting Memories with that glass-blowing pyromaniac Lucian Libby. There you go. Now, when I do dichro this way, I tend to heat up and spread out the end of the rod to where it will cover the end of the dichro. With me so far. And I usually do that by pressing down and then hovering over to make sure it's about the right size, and it is. Then I heat and press down over the dichro, and I warm that in a little bit and press that down just a little bit. Then I take my base coat color. My base coat color is usually the color that I'm going to use for the back, behind the actual dichroic, and the tail and head and fins. And when I do this, I usually just coat the bottom of the dichroic, okay, with the color. And that helps to spread out the dichroic a little bit better to the edges when you're working it. And usually what I do too is I heat, you can see some on the ends there, and I heat and press and roll that into the center above the diachroic also, so it's not sort of flaring out. Okay. Now, I've heated and pressed down and spread out the dichro just a little bit more. Now I'm going to, there's two ways I do this. I usually heat and touch it to the front, or heat and touch it to the bottom. And this time I'm going to heat and touch it to the bottom, or cut it off right at the top of this nip here. And the way I do that is I take a pair of wire cutters and then hold on to it, attach a cold weld, and now I'm going to heat up, and that divot is going to disappear. And the reason it's going to disappear is glass sort of finds its own surface level. And as you heat it, it's going to round. It's going to curve round. I don't know how to explain it, but it does that job. And the reason I put it down at the bottom is so that I can look at the whole piece. You can do also a couple more things to this to make it look like more, but I'm going to just leave it as is. Now what I do is I usually start on the front. I usually do the front right leg, then the left front left leg, and then the neck and head, and then the back end. Okay. Fold and pull, touch, fold and pull. And when you think you've got enough, you heat and pull to a tip like that. Okay, now the other one. So on the other side of the body, make sure that you're fusing the glass together well, that it becomes one piece of glass, not two pieces of glass stuck together. That is very imperative, that you're making one piece of glass. The only time you want to make it two pieces of glass is when you are making a cold weld purposefully and you know it's going to break off at that point, and that you want it to break off at that point. The head, the same deal. Touch, heat. I usually go out about 1/4 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch. Pull it off. I used to make really long neck sea turtles, and then I'd put a loop underneath its head. That's the way I did my sea turtles for the longest time. And then as I've been looking on the internet and learning and growing, I don't do it like that no more. Okay, this, let me see, that is one of them, but that's not the one I'm going to use. That's one of them also. Here we go, here's a thinner one. It's a little thinner. This is some of my iMilli, and I will put the URL for the iMilli in with. What I do is I heat, touch, let it sort of solidify in a little bit, and then bend it back and forth. It should break off a little above that. You got one eye, touch, let it off, let it cool a little bit, bend it back and forth. Oh, that one got a little bit wide and bulgy. Let's see if we can take some of that off. There we go. And also pinch his eye a little close. That'll work. Yeah, you can hear the brakes squealing in the background. I'm right on the corner of where not a bus station, but school bus meets in the morning. That's early though, isn't it? Oh well. Must be an early bus. Heat, touch, make the back leg. I fold them a little bit different, and again I'm still pulling to what is considered where the back is. Okay. Then I do the right back leg. I usually go around the circle here. Right front, left back, right back. It's the way I usually do it in succession. There we go. Now, we will touch. I'm going to hold, oh, dang it. That's what I get for trying to do two things at once. I'm going to hold on to that one for a little bit. Tap off the bottom. Fire polish that off. Oops. Now I'm going to do a loop for the front. Should have done the loop when I was up there. But that's okay. This is where you would look back and warm around the base of each fin, and if you don't like the direction, you move it. Most of this is good because, hey, they move their fins in all different directions. So don't be too critical on yourself. Now, bail. I usually do the bail or loop, what I call straight from the hip, where I heat, pull, and loop around. And I let it sag a little bit. Touch one piece to the other. Weld it in well. And this is where it comes in handy to have some graphite rods. And you sort of ream or poke in the middle of that so that you got a nice round loop. Okay. Here we go, loop-de-loo. Here we go, loop-de-lie. Okay. With that, we have one. Let's see if you can see it. Let me get to the right. It's probably out of focus. One dichroic sea turtle. Anyway, pull off the tail. And, oh, you know what I forgot to do? And I usually do this, and it sort of alleviates a little bit of the stress on the turtle, is you can see it's round. Nice round dot circle. I will go heat up, do a cold weld on the tail and a cold weld on the loop, and heat up the middle of this sucker. Okay? And in doing so, you're warming it up and it's becoming a little bit elastic. And that's evening out and heating up the whole body evenly. Oh man, halfway through a sneeze and it didn't want to sneeze. That's okay. And there we go. Wait for it. Here we go. And I stretch it just slightly, like so. It becomes a little bit more elongated, more of an oval, and it alleviates a lot of stress in the piece. Loop straight, tap off the cold weld, fire polish. Now you've got one turtle done. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your day.